subscribe, like, and share. It's a sunny day. Donald is playing with the train. Donald stops the train at the station. Then he fills the train with water. He also fills the train with coal. The train starts moving again. Donald stops. He wants to put down the toy tree. While going backwards, Donald hits a tree. Chip and Dale arrive with a canary. He takes the canary to its nest in the tree. Donald arrives with a shovel. He digs to get the tree. He wants to move the tree. Then he puts down the toy tree instead. Chip and Dale arrive again. They climb the tree. When they reach the top, they are shocked. Where's the tree? I don't know. Donald hears Chip and Dale talking. Donald picks up the toy tree. He takes Chip and Dale out and puts it back in its place. Chip and Dale look for the tree. Chip sees the big tree moving. Dale asks Chip to come to the tree. They see the tree being transported by a toy train. They run after the train fire. Then climb up and stop it. Donald is thrown into the pond. Chip and Dale try to grab a tree. Donald stops them. Then he shoots Chip with oil. They are continuously shot with oil. Chip and Dale run away. Just said Big Donald. They enter a small house, locking the door from the inside. Dale is happy to see Chip lying on the sofa. Dale also sits on the sofa. Donald is looking for Chip and Dale. Finally, they find them in a small house. Chip comes out the door, sweeping the yard. Donald notices. Dale comes out while cleaning the carpet. Donald measures Dale's height. He also sees Chip setting the dining table. Donald comes to give them milk. There's a knock on the door and Chip comes out.
No!
Chip is afraid that Donald is in front of him. Chip takes the milk. Donald greets them from outside. They drink the milk with Dale. After drinking the milk, they immediately feel sleepy. Day-e. Go to bed. Donald wants to play a trick on them. The house is doused with water, as if it's raining. It's also sprinkled with frost, as if it's raining snow. Chip is cold and closes the window. He hears the gate squeaking continuously. He asks Dale to come out and put on his jacket. After he gets outside, it suddenly becomes bright. Dale goes back inside. When he gets inside, it starts snowing again. Dale goes back out and puts on his jacket. After he gets outside, it becomes bright again. Chip realizes Donald is playing with the light. Then he unplugs the light. Chip tells Dale that Donald is messing with him. They immediately run away on the train. The train is about to enter a tunnel. The tree crashes into the tunnel wall. The train falls and is punched in the stomach. Donald catches the train and stops it. Chip and Dale make a tree tunnel. Donald is glad he didn't chase Chip and Dale away. Yeah! Subscribe, like, and share. Cutting down a tree. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Donald happily went into the forest. He wanted to cut down a tree. Donald got ready with his tools. He tied himself with a rope. He started climbing the tree with the rope. He carried the saw under him. Chip and Dale heard someone climbing the tree. Chip looked out of the tree until his head hit the saw. Dale also looked out. He saw Donald climbing the tree. When Chip looked out again, he got hit in the face by a splinter. Chip told Dale that Donald was cutting down a tree. Dale suggested moving to another nest. No! But Chip stopped him. Chip wanted to interrupt Donald while cutting down the tree. Donald was untied. Aww. Donald fell from the tree. Chip and Dale laughed happily. Donald tried to climb the tree again. And continued sawing. Chip lifted Donald's rope. The rope was cut. Aww. Donald fell again. Luckily, it caught on a branch. Chip dropped a walnut on Donald. Donald falling to the ground. Falling feet first hurts Donald's leg. Donald angrily kicks the tree. Donald is tied up again with a chain. Chip moves the chain up. When the tree falls, Donald is carried away. He falls and is hit by a tree. Donald approaches Chip and Dale's nest. Chip is imitating Donald sewing. Donald is sewing their nest. Chip and Dale, hold the saw. The saw is released, and Donald is pulled by the saw. Falls to the ground again. Donald cuts the tree from the base. The tree falls slowly. Chip and Dale hold it from the inside. The tree can stand back up. The tree starts to fall again. Chip and Dale, hold it again. Donald runs up the tree, then jumps to make the tree fall. The tree falls, and Chip and Dale are thrown out. Donald carries the tree through the drain. Chip and Dale chase because there's a walnut in the tree. Chip breaks the drain. The tree gets out of the drain. Donald saves his car. Too late, the car is chased by a tree. Chip and Dale drop a rock. The rock wedges the tree. The tree rolls onto the car. The tree on top of the car chases Donald. Donald enters the house. He opens the door to let the tree through. The tree gets caught in a cable and is thrown back into the house. The house is carried far up the hill next door. The house explodes, creating beautiful fireworks. Donald is sad that his house is damaged. Chip and Dale laugh out loud. Subscribe, like, and share. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. The rooster crowed, starting a bright morning. Chip and Dale were still sleeping in their nest. Chip and Dale woke up and breathed in the morning air. Inside Donald's house, he was making breakfast. Donald was making a pie. The aroma of bread reached Chip and Dale's nest. Chip climbed down from the nest, looking for the source of the bread aroma. Chip saw Donald carrying a pie. The aroma of bread reached Chip. Chip then returned to the nest, telling Dale that there was delicious bread. They both climbed down from the nest. Seeing Donald's pie, Dale smelled the bread until he fell.
Chip followed by holding onto the curtain rope.
They landed in the sink. They then climbed onto a pile of cups, walking towards Donald. Dale was trapped in a bottle. Chip took the bottle to get Dale out. Then he crept closer to Donald. Chip and Dale prepared their forks to get the bread. Ready for breakfast? Suddenly, a fork stuck in the bread. The bread and fork were pulled out with rope. The fork is stuck in the bread again. Chip and Dale pull the bread. The fork is thrown again. The bread is pulled again. Donald knows that Chip and Dale took the bread. Then he covers the bread with a coaster. The fork is stuck in the coaster, but the coaster returns to Donald. The fork is thrown and hits the rubber cement and spills. Donald picks up the spilled rubber cement. The fork is thrown and sticks in the round rubber. A tug of war ensues. Donald lets go of the rubber. Chip and Dale are rolled up in the rubber, rolls into the wall. Chip bites the rubber, thinking it's bread. Donald laughs at the sight. Dale tries to bite too. They bite together until they're pulled and collides. They try to bite again. Chip backs up closer to Donald rude. Donald stabs Chip's but with a fork. The rubber comes off and bounces onto Donald. Donald is angry and wants to catch them. Chip and Dale hide in the toast. Donald shakes the toast bread. Donald lights the toaster. Chip and Dale are hot. Sweat is pouring. Finally, they jump out. Donald catches them. Chip bites Donald's hand. Then they take all the breads, including the round rubber bun. Donald catches the rubber bun and puts it. He keeps pulling until he gets out of the house, even to the roof of the house, and comes face to face with Chip and Dale. Chip spreads cheese on the roof tiles and also on Donald's feet. Donald slips because the roof tiles are slippery. Donald is pulled hard by the fair, entering the house, and ends up on the chimney of the house. Donald gets trapped in the chimney. Chip imitates it hilariously. Chip and Dale laugh happily. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Shaving tree leaves. Hi, guys! Subscribe, like, and share. Donald is walking happily. He wants to shave the tree leaves. Donald climbed the tree, then cut a branch. The cut branch is coated in black glue. Something hits his head. Donald looks up. Chip is carrying canaries to his nest. Donald approaches Chip's nest, then cut a branch in front of the nest and smeared it with black glue. Chip is leaving the nest, steps on the glue. He falls, but is caught in the glue. Chip tried to remove the glue, but instead he is pulled back into the nest. Donald laughs from outside the nest. Dal tried to help Chip, but both of their hands are tied in the glue. They tried to free themselves from the glue, but the glue wouldn't come off. Chip and Dale leave looking for a way to remove the glue. They come across a branch that branched off. Hold back by the branch. They pull each other. Finally, they are free. They pick up more canaries. While collecting canaries, Dale hears a sound. The sound of scissors cutting leaf. Dale hasn't found the source of the sound. While leaning against a tree, the scissors cut a branch. Dale falls. Donald helps Dale with the scissors. He lifts Dale back onto the branch. Dale is scared to see the scissors. He thinks it's a strange creature. Dale climbs up, followed by the scissors. Dale runs away and chased by scissors. And the scissors continue to chase him. Dale runs away in fear, making Donald laugh. Dale runs back to the nest. Then tells Chip that there's a strange creature like scissors. Chip then leaves the nest to look. Suddenly, Chip returns to the nest in fear. They agree to fight. They leave the nest carrying sticks. They search for the scissor. Searching from branch to branch. Until Chip sees a shark. He thinks it's the scissors, but it turns out to be Dale. The scissors cut Dale's stick. Then they run back to the nest. Chip and Dale are scared to see the shadow of Scissors. Scissors then picks up a walnut. He throws it down. Below, Dana catches it and eats it. Finally, Chip realizes that Donald is controlling Scissors. They throw a rock at Scissors. Scissors picks up a rock and throws it down. The rock lands right on Donald's head. Chip and Dale go down to look. They take off Donald's hat. Donald pops out, making Chip and Dale run. Donald chases Chip and Dale. They run from branch to branch. Donald waits in a tree hole. Chip and Dale escape. Then they enter a dense branch. Donald then picks up a leaf cutter. Donald cuts the leaves, looking for them. They isit atra. When Donald approaches. They remove the leaves. Moves to a power line. He's stepping on a high-voltage power line. Donald gives up. The wire electrocutes Donald, causing him to burn. Donald falls into a heap leaf. Chip spills glue on Donald. Leaves stick to Donald walks away. Chip and Dale shake hands with laughter. Subscribe, like, and share.